Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 46 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. On episode 45, we had Devraj Venkatesh, one of the first guests from the biking world, or rather the racing world. It was nice to have him here, hear his story. Glad to be associated with him. If you haven't yet checked out that episode, definitely give it a watch. Today is again a fresh one. Week after week, I think this last, I would say 10 episodes have been pretty interesting because we've been able to make inroads towards newer fields. And it's always exciting to make inroads in a field that we haven't yet gone on. So today it's definitely a privilege to be doing this. Before we speak more about him, let's say hi to Mr. Akshat Gupta. Hi Akshat.
Hi.
Akshat, first of all, where did you pick up your shawl from?
Okay, a friend.
It's called a shawl, no?
Some people also call it stole.
Stole, okay. Yeah. Where did you pick it up from?
I did not pick it up. I usually don't buy anything for myself.
Okay.
I've got a few people who love me so much, and they take care of everything that I need.
Okay.
So sometimes when they think that it is going to suit me, I just get it.
Yeah, okay.
So one of my very close friends in Bangalore has recently gifted this to me.
So it's nice to see all these colors.
Yeah, it keeps you fresh.
Though
Bangalore in itself is very, very fresh. Coming from Mumbai, I can say that.
Nice. So, Akshat is a full-time house husband.
Yes.
He claims, I don't know with pride or not.
No, with a lot of pride, I'll see the camera and I'll tell you. Hi, my name is Akshat Gupta. I'm a full-time house husband and a part-time writer.
Part-time writer. So, that's pretty much, I asked him what is the tag that he likes associated with him. But that being said, there's been a lot of buzz around his book, The Hidden Hindu.
True.
And the third part is going to be released in March. He's made some big moves with the book, clearly.
Yes.
Not just with the type of people he's met or the type of people who have believed in the vision, but also heard he's got a pretty fat check for it.
That I'm not going to disclose here. I'm under confidentiality clause.
But it is a fat check.
No, it is very fat check. It's fatter than me.
So it can feed you.
For quite some years to come.
For quite some years. So that's nice to see, right? So the money is flown in, the vision is being seen. But one of the main things we're trying to do today, I'm sure there's enough of Mr. Akshat Gupta online, and you've heard enough about him. But I think one of the main things I've been thinking about is, when I look at all the episodes, when I look at all the content that there is online, the Hidden Hindu has been taking the lead.
Yes.
And I just feel like Akshat Gupta needs to take the lead today.
Okay.
And as much as Hidden Hindu is a big part of your life and your professional life, when I take that off you, what remains, right? When I take that off you, what remains, and what led to writing this masterpiece? And can we call the Hidden Hindu as a success, in your words?
Still under process, let us call it that.
Okay. But
now.
To some extent? One of the successes of your life?
Of course.
And that's where it is, right? As much as it's the success of your life, what about every time you failed?
Actually, the Hidden Hindu is not a feather in the cap. For right now, it is the cap.
Yeah, exactly. So what about every time you failed, right? So one of the things we're trying to understand is, how did Akshat make it till here? What are the things, what are the failures? Where did you really fall?
Okay.
Great to see Hidden Hindu succeed, and you're saying it's under process, but it's got enough vision. But let's see how it goes. Welcome to the episode. For those of you who know him, great. Here's another chance for you to get to know him better. For those of you who don't know him, you can do a little research, come back, or just watch this episode to get to know him better. So, Akshat, we'll start with some of the basics, and one of the things that guests tell me is, you know, like this is the first time we are meeting.
Right.
Right? Everything I know about you is basically off the internet.
Yes.
There's nothing else. So I think one of the main things is like, where did that kida of writing begin for you? And at what age did it start?
So if you could please allow me,
Yeah.
just to engage all our listeners and audience.
Yeah.
Only if you allow me.
Yeah, please.
I would want to first tell them what is this story about, so that they know that something good is gonna come in the coming minutes. So the name of the book is The Hidden Hindu,
Yes.
and the idea of the story is that a man is caught in 2020 recently, who's claiming to have been on the face of Earth since the birth of the Earth. So he's not dying, he's not aging, and he's kidnapped, he's caught now. So he says, I have survived all the 4 yugas without dying. I have been a part of both Ramayana and Mahabharata. I have met both Ram and Krishna in person. And I am the 8th immortal that the world has never ever heard of before, in search of the remaining 7 immortals that we know a little bit. So that is a little long, but the one-liner of the first part.
Sure.
Mr. Mahendra Singh Dhoni's production house, run by his wife, Mrs. Sakshi Dhoni, she owns it. They have bought the visual rights of this book, and we are working on making it a 3-part massive trilogy film. So the first part and the second part of the book is already out, and the final part is releasing in March. This has also become a national bestseller in a record-breaking time of 5 months, which is very unusual to happen. And I am the first ever Indian author to have sold the copyrights of a trilogy before the launch and release of even a single part.
Super.
So for those who don't know, that is a short one about who are you talking to today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So failures.
No, we'll start with what was the reason behind writing? Where did writing start for Akshat?
The reason behind writing, coincidentally, is also a very big failure.
Okay. Which
was my marriage.
Okay.
So.
But you said you're married.
Twice.
Okay. This is your second marriage.
This is my second.
So what happened with the first one?
We met when I was in class 11th.
Okay.
It was
Lovely.
Early love.
First love?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't take the childhood love seriously.
ठीक है. But one of the first ones you really wanted it long term.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we dated for good 5.5 months.
Okay.
5.5 years.
Yes. From the age of 17?
17.
17 to 22.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
And then we got married. So I got married both of us, we got married in a very young age.
Beautiful.
The marriage lasted for 8.5 years. And yes. And we invented a very cute son.
Okay. Invented?
Yeah.
I like the word.
I tell you why. Because there was one professor in our school who gave us the shortest difference in definition between invention and discovery. He said that
between invention
and discovery. So he said that your father discovered your mother and invented you. That is the shortest. So yeah, we discovered each other and we invented
your
a
son.
little cute son.
His name?
His name is Aradhya.
Aradhya.
Yeah, and while he was 6.5 years old and my marriage was 8.5 years, things went very sour, which took me to bad depression, and I tried to end my life in 2014. So I tried to commit suicide in a serious one. I was hospitalized. So I'm also a heart patient. You will keep on opening the pages and you will think how depressed a man this is. But no, I am not at all.
With so many colors on it. So that's nice to see.
I think I am hiding everything behind these colors maybe.
Or maybe you need the colors to go on.
Which is all thanks to my wife, the present wife. So I try to end my life because I am a heart patient also. So at that time I had 3 meds every night, and I had
prescribed, not
prescribed. Okay. So and then I had 7 days. And the doses of 7 days was in my room. So I, however, arranged a lot of sleeping pills, and I had some 38, 39 pills altogether.
That night.
And the intent
And the intent was to end it?
Yes, I wrote a letter to everybody I wanted to.
And you knew you want to leave?
I was very, very sure that this is my last night and I'm leaving.
Your wife was with you, or she had
No,
left by
she,
then?
She already left. There were a lot of cases put on me and my family after 8.5 years of marriage.
Cases by whom?
By them.
By whom?
By my ex-wife.
Okay, but why on you?
You have invested 8.5 years of your life in someone else's family. While leaving, you want a lot of things back. It's mostly money.
Yeah.
And see, in every relationship, irrespective if it is marriage, or it is a girl boy, or a father son, or two brothers, any relationship, turbulences occur.
It's a part of it.
Ought to happen. People who take it too much in their hearts, they try to revenge it whenever they get.
So this was revenge.
This was not revenge. This was trying to coat as in coat, and hide
Everything that had happened.
That was done from the other side.
From the other side.
So it's very easy, if I will say that.
It's just trying to look the other way. Make everyone look the other way.
Either I can say that I am a big man, or I can say that you are a small man.
Yeah.
Either I can high myself or low you. So that was the idea.
Okay.
So I couldn't take it because the allegations were not only on me but also on my parents. And that was a love marriage. So I started blaming myself.
Okay. And you must have stood strong in front of your parents for her, I'm guessing.
No. My parents are also love married.
Okay, so they allowed this anyway.
Yes. It was a very amicable marriage, very happily done, like a big celebration and arranged marriage, and thousands of people invited and all those things.
Wow.
So when I realized that these allegations are not only on me, the revenge and the blame game is not only played on me but also
going against your parents.
I started blaming myself on that, thinking that they're in their 60s and they're supposed to rest now, relax now. Because of one of my decisions, my choice, they might go to jail. Also, this 498A, case 498A, this is a very dangerous thing because there have been changes in it now. But at that time, it was a non-bailable offence. A lady just had to speak without any proof.
Can you expand on what 498A is?
498.
I'm not aware.
Okay, so this is 498 is usually dowry.
Okay.
And what is Gharilu Pratarna called? The cruelty you do inside your house or anything. And it covers a lot of segments inside it. So this was given as a veto power, as a shield to the women back then, when dowry and things were really happening. And Supreme Court recently told that this that we gave to the women as a shield is now used as a weapon.
Against
using
men.
it as a weapon, yeah.
So
it was a non-bailable offence. You will be put behind the bars for 3 months, after which you will be able to, you will be presented in the court for the first time to ask for bail. Before that, nobody is even going to hear whether she is right or you are.
You don't have the chance to even speak up.
Yes. So that was very dangerous at that time, and I couldn't. That was when I realized that I can imagine, and the imagination of seeing my parents going through hell
that.
because I chose somebody, which was not.
This is basically on you now.
Yeah. So I thought that sitting and watching this, it's better I don't see. And it was not a very wise idea. I'm not promoting anything like this. It was a foolish act, because when at the age of 33, a meaningful 20 years of your life is snatched, you ought to behave like a 13-year-old kid. I did the same thing. I'm not proud of what I did. And here I am sitting as a successful person, most probably. So once you cross the depressed time, you can do wonders. You can reach the heights.
So at that night when you decided to end it, and then what happened?
I was hospitalized for days.
Okay.
When the doctors were not sure whether they'll be able to save me or not.
But who found you? I mean, when
My
you...
parents.
Okay, your parents found you and then they moved you to the
What
hospital.
I did was I wrote these letters. Excuse me. I wrote these letters and I, put it below the door, from beneath the door, so that whenever in the morning
Outside your room?
in their room.
Oh, in their room. Okay. So that when they wake up, they...
At 3 o'clock, 2:30 at night, I did this.
Where is your son this night?
With my wife in
Okay.
her house.
Mm.
So I was missing him a lot. I still miss him.
Mm.
I've put his name in the acknowledgement. And so for some reason my parents woke up at night, and they're very organized people. So it was like, how come a page is on the floor and we did not see it? So when they picked it up, they realized that I'm trying to end it. It was around 5:36. I don't remember because I was deep asleep forever. And then I was rushed to the hospital, and after a few days, doctors were sure that we'll be able to save him. That is
What
how
a
it's
chance.
And
What a chance,
yes,
sir.
yes, and I have gone through those times.
God-gifted chance.
Yeah, you were talking about failures. No, I've gone through those times when I survived, and we were called to police station for different reasons. I have heard taunts like, "What a failure this man is! That he tried to end his life and he failed there too."
Wow. That's a nice...
So it was kind of motivating me to try it again.
It's a nice quote.
Yeah, what a failure he is.
He failed at ending his own life.
He tried to end it, he couldn't even do that perfectly. He's that big a failure. So a lot of failures had brought me here.
Wow. So when did the whole pain end of that marriage?
When I met this girl who was supposed to take me to the art of living class, because I don't believe in all these things. So she, via some friend, she met me, and she has done all the advanced courses and everything. She knows in and out of everything. She's a very calm person. So I thought that after this marriage I'm never going to fall in love. But she was so good. I fell in love again. Then I made up my mind, love is all fine, but I'm never going to get married again. But she was so good that I finally ended up getting married again. And then I wrote these two lines. Whoever could understand Hindi, these are two lines in Hindi, but if you will see my hands, maybe those who don't understand Hindi might also try and understand it. And these are the lines written by me after all these experiences. I wrote that जहाँ से चले थे वहीं आकर ठहरे हैं, जहाँ से चले थे वहीं आकर ठहरे हैं, एक उम्र लग गई समझते कि दुनिया गोल है. So I did all the mistakes all over again. But this time I cannot call it a mistake, because she is the one who saved my life. She's the one who brought me out of all my miseries. I've cried for hundreds and hundreds of hours in front of her, and she is very, very calm. She just, every time she just let me out of all of it.
For her to be able to do that, she must have gone through her own set of stuff.
Okay, so no.
I don't ask you about what she had gone through, but I'm saying, has she gone through a marriage before you?
No.
No. So this is her first marriage.
Yes. So, I have not written this, but there's this quote, very interesting quote, which says that, and again I'm quoting, this is not my lines.
Yeah.
I've read and heard it for many a times.
Okay.
Which says that if, a boy should feel lucky if he is the girl's first love. And a girl should feel lucky if she is the boy's last love.
Oh,
we make a perfect pair, because for her I am her first love, and she's my last.
And you know that for sure, and she knows that for sure.
Yes, I to for sure. Let's see. I've had my very sour experiences with wives, so I don't know how it is gonna be. But right now it's been 5-6 years. We are married since last 4 years, and she's so calm.
Trying to have kids?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, not very staunchly, but yeah, maybe.
Your son and your relationship, and your son and your present wife's relationship? Do they
no,
exist? Doesn't
they
exist.
don't let me meet my son ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is the last time you met your son?
Around 6 years back. So
What are you saying,
yes,
Akshat?
I mean, I still cry, and
Yeah.
not once but many times when I miss him.
Hmm.
I write a lot of poems for him.
So what? You can't call him?
Though they just don't let me talk to him.
That's decided by the court, or this
No,
person
actually,
decided?
you see, if a child is young,
Hmm.
and if a mother pulls him or her from one side and the father does it from the other, what pains is only the shoulders. What weakens is the shoulder of the child.
The child.
So we intentionally chose not to do it because it is just going to harm him. So we decided, let him grow up, let him be on one side, let him have the peace of his mind. When he will grow up, he will understand. When he will understand, he will one day give me a chance to tell him my side of story. So I'm a patient from heart, and I'm also a very patient person. I'm very patiently waiting for him to return.
In all this up and down, does Akshat have his own vices? Does Akshat drink? Does Akshat smoke?
Akshat doesn't smoke. Akshat
Okay.
never smokes.
Okay.
I love drinking. I've been drinking since when I was in class 9th.
Mm.
And my first and my best drinking partner is my dad till date.
Yeah.
So the first time when
That's
he
nice.
made me drink when I was in class 9 because I was in hostel.
Okay.
So it was just not, my boy has grown up, let's drink. No, not that way. He said that, beta, you are in the hostel. Now you are about to come to that stage where one fine day, suddenly everybody will be drinking.
Yeah.
And you will choose to accompany them. Today we will sit and we will drink. So he always taught me what to drink, how to drink, where to stop, what not to do after drinks. So it was also, very less fathers do it.
Yeah.
And that was all a teaching because I still call him my best friend.
Yeah.
So he told me when I had my first drinks with him, he told me the next morning because I dozed off. So next morning he told me that you are just capable of having one beer right now. Don't try having the second. I will tell you when can you have two. So it never happened in between my friends that I have never put myself in a fight after drinks. I've never abused anybody after drinks. I've never gone high because I always knew my limits.
Your limits.
I've never fallen in any, these nali and everywhere. You don't know where you're going. No, I've always known how much to drink, where to stop. And it is all because of my dad. So yeah, I drink occasionally.
What's your capacity today?
Around a bottle.
What are you saying? Beer or
Scotch.
really?
Yeah.
Like what? You'll be fine after a bottle of scotch.
Try me.
Wow. We should have done this at 9 p.m. only then.
Let's
Instead
do
of
it.
9 a.m.
Let's just stop it here. Let's do it at night.
No. We'll
Yeah,
bring a
but
part two.
when I say a bottle, it doesn't mean 2 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or
Over
usually, at times when I wish to drink, and I'm repeating myself, I am an occasional drinker. I don't drink. वो बोलते हैं ना कि शौकिया और आदतन.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. It's not a necessity.
It's not a.
तो मैं शौकिया पीता हूँ. आदतन, I am not habitual to anything.
So in all these rough times, what was your relationship with alcohol?
Not much because I
Okay.
have been a very good badminton player.
Okay.
So 2 things that really helped me out coming out of all these miseries, and not coming out, but they kept me sane. Were badminton, because those 2.5 hours of badminton in the evenings for a very long time till I was in Indore, MP. When you're in a court in any sport, for those 2.5 hours you forget everything. You just want to win that next point in the game. And the second thing was writing. So that is when I started writing, because I started writing for my son. As I told you, the one liner of the story, our coming generation, this is especially for all the parents and elder brothers and sisters that I'm going to say now. Our coming generations know everything about Iron Man. He is called Iron Man with a mask. He is called Tony Stark without the mask. The one who plays it his name is Robert Downey Jr.
Junior.
You know, they know everything about all these Marvel and DC characters.
Superheroes.
But in gathering so much of knowledge, we have lost the knowledge of our own culture.
Mm.
I am not, I'm not putting a thumb on whether this is all true or it is mythology or it is satyology. Let us not go in there. But if you enjoy watching Marvel characters and DC characters, you also learn from them.
Mm.
You know,
It is influencing your personality.
It is influencing your personality.
Yeah.
We have got our own superheroes, these 7 immortals who can never die. You know, our generation rather chooses to see the Eternals than knowing about these 7 immortals. Have you seen this film called Black Panther?
Black Panther, yeah.
The first part?
Yeah.
So when this Black Panther guy goes in a fight with another clan's head, you know, this is Wakanda, right?
Correct.
You know where this Wakanda has come from?
Mm-hmm.
In our ancient scriptures, it is written that on Mount Kailash there is a city called Gyanganj, which is camouflaged. You can't see it.
Okay.
You can't see it. You can't reach it. That and Hanuman and most of these immortals, they live there. They only come on earth when they're needed. So they live in Gyanganj, which is camouflaged. What is Wakanda? And why am I quoting this, that that is where they've taken it, is because when this Black Panther is about to fight the head of another clan, the person who comes to fight Black Panther, he does this, glory to Hanuman. And then he starts fighting. In the film. See it again. He says glory to Hanuman and then he starts fighting. So we have everything in our stories. It's just that we are very bad marketers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I think it's just the fact that the West has been so good at advertising and marketing their stories that maybe somewhere we failed.
We've drastically failed in a lot of marketing things.
Because even as I grew up, like I'm, I think one of the biggest examples, like I always knew Spider-Man, Batman, this, that. And then when someone used to tell me, you read the Ramayana, nahi chahiye.
Which is why what we have done with our book, my book, is that we have set all the things in the contemporary, in today's time. So that you and all the young chaps could connect with it.
It's more attractive also.
Yes, so all of them, I am not taking you as a reader back to those times. I am bringing them to you in today's time. So that you can connect to it, and once you are connected with one character, you yourself would want to know their backstories. So to all the parents and elderly people, or even the elder brothers and sisters, if you don't know who these 7 immortals are, but if you or your kids or your siblings like Marvel and DC and Harry Potter, or even if you like Game of Thrones, The Hidden Hindu is the book that you need to, read and get one.
So what, when you dived into the mythology, it saved you or something? It taught you something?
100%.
So give me 3 things, give me 3 things that saved you from all of this information you've gathered.
Number 1 is that, this is all metaphoric. Most of our mythology stories are metaphoric. We take it very literally, but there's a reason behind every story that we have been told since eons. Like one thing that we take very literal is Ravan had 10 heads.
Yeah.
He did not have 10 heads. Think, if he would have 10 heads, how will he sleep?
Yeah.
How will he turn his body while sleeping?
Yeah.
How will he use earpods? No, that's
Yeah.
So it's not easy to have 10 heads. And it's not a luxury at all.
It's not. It's almost
the
like a
idea
punishment.
is that those 10 heads are depicted as 10 negative things
about him.
Yeah. We have been told that, if in Mahabharata, everything that started because Duryodhan misbehaved, Draupadi and Duryodhan had a clash.
Yeah.
So and then all this happened. There's so many things in between that I don't want to go, or else the podcast would only be
It'll
about
become-
Mahabharata.
yeah.
But it teaches us about dharma, about the ethics, and what could happen to you if you choose to be unethical. It's not about 100 brothers against 5 and 5 against 100. It's about the way of life that all of these is teaching us.
So first one is about being ethical.
Well, not being ethical,
can happen to
not
you?
taking all these stories literally, but metaphorically.
Okay, let's go for the second one.
The second one is that, have you seen any tree in the world floating?
Floating, no?
No, because it is not possible, right?
Yeah, it has to be grounded and
Yes.
yeah.
So nature tells us that you need to be connected to your roots. We are losing our roots.
So what do you mean by connected to your roots according to
Connected to our roots is knowing our own land. I tell you, there are
you?
9
Geographically, you're meaning?
in every way. In every way.
Okay.
I mean, this because we are sitting in Bangalore. I saw people writing my name as AKSHATH, Akshat, and I was like, why writing it like this?
Okay.
So, according to me, writing Akshat is wrong because my name is Akshat, and I was wrong while I was saying that. How? They taught me how it is written in Kannada. So it is full ta is half ta, and ta mein a ki matra is full ta.
Full ta.
So when they're doing akshata, it is akshat for them. So there's this new debate going on in northern
Nice.
part of our country where they say, why are everybody calling it Ramayana, Mahabharata, Rama,
It's Ramayan,
Krishna, it is
Mahabharat.
Ramayan, it is Mahabharata, it's Krishna.
Oh.
No, it is the difference in culture. If the second thing that I've learned is that if I am right doesn't make the other one wrong. We can coexist.
Yeah.
If Ramayana is right, Ramayana is also right.
Right.
If Viman is right, Vimana
Vimana
is
is
also right. If Puran is right, Purana is also right. We need to know and understand each other better. Just saying that because we believe this makes every other belief wrong. It goes to north and south. It goes to different clans inside Hinduism. It goes very strongly between Hindus and Muslims. There's no theory of one God. My mother is a God to me.
Just sticking to your roots also mean being true to your parents in some way?
Of course, why not?
Mm.
Why is government and people who want to do a lot of good things for the society take pride in telling that we have started an orphanage. We have started an old age home. Why don't we think in a way that why do we need orphanages and old age homes? Why can't they be living in some family, if not theirs? They might have lost their children, or they might not have have children. It's okay, but why can't they be adopted as parents? So I don't think that this is something that we should take pride on, that we have more orphanages and more old age homes. It's a spot on our face that can be rectified. So when I say that you can't see a floating tree, is that our nature teaches us to be grounded, to be connected with our roots. I've recently asked in some podcasts, okay, let me do it with you also, okay. What is your father's name?
Lokesh.
What is your grandfather's name?
Ram Rao.
What is your grandfather's father's name?
Grandfather's father's name Nagraj.
And the next one? That's the problem. We need to know it. I'm not saying that you need to mug it all up. But we've just lost where are we coming from. We are just existing. We are just here.
What will it gain me?
Just imagine 4 generations.
Why do I need to know?
You know that is in your veins, in your blood. You need to know who you are. Why are so many people fighting that I am a Muslim, I am a Hindu? Let us go back and check. I don't have a problem if you're a Muslim. You shouldn't have a problem if I'm a Hindu. But everything sorts out when we know where we are coming from. Imagine how many things will be sorted if we know where we are coming from. Imagine 4 generations down our line, some other Akshat is sitting asking some other person who was our great grandfather, and someone doesn't know both our names. Our successors, they don't know our names. What are we doing here now?
Then this is lost.
This is all lost. If they don't remember our name only, and we keep thinking here, if we will say this, what will the others think? If we will do that, what will the others think? Those others are not going to take care of you, because your successors will also not even remember your name. So what are we doing here? That is how these people have become legends. You know the name of Pandavas. You know the name of Ram, and you know the name of Dashrath, his father. Okay. You know the name of Ikshwaku, who started the clan. You know the name of Sita. You know the name of Raja Janak, who's Sita's father.
So what are you hinting at we do?
We just cherish what we have. We have. I don't know why and how we have started questioning everything. We question everything. We can stop doing that. So that's
Just take it as is.
Yes, and the third thing that I don't know how much mythology teaches it, but have you heard about this cow called Kamdhenu?
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Okay. So it was a magical cow.
Okay.
And if you will request her anything, it can give you anything. It can give you armies to fight, and it can feed 1 lakh people. It was all coming from inside her. So for that, a war was done only to get it, snatch it from Rishi.
Snatch Kamdenu.
Yeah. I need this. You tell me what you want, and I just need this. And it's not for sale, Baba.
Okay.
It's a cow. It's my family member. And then that Rishi was killed, and this cow was taken, and then happened a very big war of those times. So it is again a teaching, no? That a pet is a pet. You need to respect it. Also, like Kamdhenu, Kamdhenu was not asking anything in return of what she was giving. My father has told me that when a tree gets a lot of fruits in it, it bows down. The more fruits you have, the more humble you need to be. The big you become, the more humble and understanding you need to be. That is the call of nature. That is how nature wants us to be. We humans have changed it. Once you become somebody famous, you are unapproachable. What are your fruits for if you are unapproachable? If nobody can benefit anything out of you, finally one day you are also going to become a part of the soil, no? Either you're burned or you're buried, doesn't matter.
You're coming back
to the nature, you're coming back to the soil, to the ground. And then on one particle of your ashes or your particle, somebody will just eat a mango, throw the, what is gutli called in English?
Seed.
This big seed, okay. So somebody will just eat some fruit and throw the seed, and somebody will urinate on that. Some third person will, while passing by, will just urinate there, and there comes a new tree. So finally all of us are gonna just do the same thing after our deaths, but we're not ready to do it alive. No, we don't want to give anything, we don't want to share our fruits. 3 things.
So you think you're 100% humble?
No, I'm trying to be, at least. Nobody is 100% humble. If you will behave bad with me, I know how to handle you. I don't mean you.
Anybody.
So that is why, when you talk about Parshuram, or many other gods, they have Puranas in one hand and Astras in other. You choose which part of me do you want to meet, and I'll show you.
You met your second wife, and then so are you a huge believer in art of living now? And
No, I have still never gone for even a single class.
okay,
Because she said that.
what is it that she learned there?
Okay, she has done all the advanced courses, the Mon thing and everything. But
What has it made her into as a person?
as a person, when I met her, she was already what she is now.
Which is?
She's super calm. If I come and if I give her the worst news of the world, she will be, it's okay. Shit happens. Koi baat nahi. Times will change. If I will come and I will tell her the best news of the world, she'll just give a little smile and she'll say, I knew you'll do it someday. So you won't ever find, oh my God, or oh shit, now what
No extreme emotions.
No extreme emotions. And I've been taking so much from her now about this. So I say that I've never been to Art of Living class because Art of Living lives with me now. She's my wife. And I don't know how your viewers are going to take it, but she has fed me for around 5 years when I had no work, when nobody believed in me.
You had no income.
I had no income when people were calling me a failure, such a failure who could not even end his life perfectly. That is when she stood by my side saying that, don't worry, take your time. I am there.
You met up post-separation? I mean, you don't need to answer it.
I will.
Okay, you met up post-separation?
Yes, post-separation.
During?
I met her for the first time while I was depressed. And another friend was the mediator. But she did, mediator as in, let's start dating. She came to take me to Art of Living, to convince me to go to Art of Living. And we just gelled up together.
So those 5 years when you were not working, what was your scene?
So I come from a hotel background. I'm the third generation of my family into hospitality.
Okay.
So the name of my clan is Halwai.
Halwai, yeah, I'm aware.
We are into sweets and food only.
Got it.
So one fine day I told my family that I wish to write. After the suicide and depression, one fine day I said that I wish to write. And by then I met this amazing person. So
what's her name?
Her name is Bulbul.
Bulbul, okay.
I don't know why her parents kept such a name, but her name is Bulbul. And she has become the flight of my life. Her name is everything to me because she has given her wings to me. I am flying with her name. So, sorry, what was I telling?
We were speaking about when you met her.
Yeah, so that is how we met each other, and then we started.
No, those 5 years we were speaking about. Those 5 years, what you did, you were not working.
Yeah, so another very interesting taunt that I got from a few friends behind my back was
during that phase.
Yeah, so I told one of my friends that I'm going to Mumbai to become a writer because I don't like it anymore in this city. I miss my son, and everybody knows what has happened in my life, and I feel embarrassed. So I decided to go to Mumbai and I will become a writer. Now there were a lot of couples sitting. You understand kitty parties, right? So there was this kitty party going in some hotel. A lot of couples sitting. All of them knew me, and I knew everybody because we have been a part of that kitty party
since
once.
forever.
Now we are not because we are separated and we're gone. So some person from one corner asked, there was this guy Akshat Gupta, is he alive or he's gone? And the other person from the other end who knew that I'm in Mumbai, he answers from the another corner, and everybody is listening. He says that, no, he's alive, he's fine, he's in Mumbai, he's gone there struggling as a writer. And from the third corner somebody says, you idiot, you have heard wrong. He wouldn't have said writer, he would have said waiter. Because he only knew how to run a restaurant and he is left with nothing. He has no money to start a restaurant again. He is good for nothing. The best thing he can do with his life is become a waiter and clean the tables. And everybody in that room laughed.
How you got to know it?
From the same person who said that who knew and who said that Akshat is in Mumbai. So he calls me, he says, Akshat, you tried to end your life once, right? I said, yeah, bhai, what's wrong with you now? He says, if you fail in Mumbai, if you fail to become a writer, don't ever return here. Just don't grow up, just die. Because this is what people here think. They have already stamped you as a failure. I said, okay, Baba, I will never come back if I become a failure. For a very long time, I did not go to Indore till the time I made it. All those times when I was living in Mumbai alone, because I wasn't married then, because the divorce was still on. So I wasn't married.
Who's paying your bills and all that?
She was taking care of everything.
Bulbul.
Yes.
I was
Without a commitment. Because that I was in a phase that I said I'm not going to love anybody and I'm never going to marry anybody. So without any commitment, she had faith in me. She took care of all my bills, my rent, my travel, my drinks.
It wasn't crushing your ego?
No. Beggars are not choosers. When you touch the rock bottom, you don't feel bad for anything after that. I have touched the rock bottom very hardly. It wasn't crushing my ego because I was already badly crushed. So she was like a goddess to me, that, and she was the only person who had faith that he will one day shine. So, and I don't feel bad about, just because you said that it never crushed your ego. Let me tell you on camera that the first check that I got from T-Series for my writing, the very first check, I reached back home. By that time we were married. I'm talking 2018. So I entered this house and she was there. She's also working. Naturally, she was feeding me. Which is why I say that I'm a full-time house husband and part-time writer, because for those 4.5, 5 years, I was taking care of home full-time because she was working for both of us. So I entered the house. Coincidentally, that day she was in Mumbai at home. There she keeps traveling. She's heading 5 states for a company. I entered home, I gave her this check and I touched her feet. She's 3.5 years younger to me. It is not about your body age, it is about your soul's age. And I staunchly believe that. She's elder to me in the age of the soul. So people might make fun of it and comment down this podcast. I don't give a shit to it, because this is what I did, and I may love her less, but the respect that I have for this lady is beyond anybody could ever respect her. If you will compare how much I love her and how much I respect her, love is nothing in front of the respect that I have for my wife. I tell you one, because we are talking female. Is it okay? No, we are going anywhere. It's fine. No?
This is what it's about.
So, I strongly think that Ramayana and Mahabharata wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Never would have happened if the societies at that point of time would have been matriarchy. They are way above us. Every time when we are fighting and we are screaming equality, we are not trying to bring them from 25 to 50%. No. We are trying to pull them down from 80 to 50, increasing our 20 to 50. Just imagine, bhai, that you talk about any religion, okay? All the major gods sound male or look male.
Yeah. Visuals,
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, everything. Jesus, Guru Nanak Dev, Allah, Buddha, and many other gods. Now I tell you how strong these women are. None of these gods can enter the world without their permission. A man cannot be pregnant.
Yeah.
If a woman says that I don't want to have a son, Jesus cannot enter this world.
Yeah.
So either you can make them queens, or you can say that they are gatekeepers. This is what we have been playing with. They are queens. They are not gatekeepers.
They are not gatekeepers. So your wife has clearly had a huge role in what you are today, and you've pretty much made it clear that you have more respect for her than love. What is the definition of love to you today?
Have you ever heard about this man called Jagjit Singh?
Yeah.
may he rest in peace. There's this ghazal, that is all love is for me, for her.
Love, your love for her,
Yes.
you mean? Which is?
The lines are, मुझ में जो कुछ अच्छा है सब उसका है, मेरा जितना चर्चा है सब उसका है, जितनी बार मैं टूटा हूँ वो टूटा है, इधर उधर जो बिखरा है सब उसका है.
Oof.
For those who don't, I'm sure
Yeah,
people
you-
will understand, but for those
if you
who have not understood this, these are 4 lines of a ghazal, which means that whatever good I have is her. Whoever is talking about me are actually talking about her. Every time when I have fallen and broken, she is broken with me. Everything that you see scattered here and there is all her.
Oof.
That's love for me.
What has been your thoughts on energy? And we all speak about how different human beings are of different energies.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm asking you is like one of the biggest things of, say, love or 2 partners, right? There's usually this talk, oh, both of them align on energy. What have been your thoughts on energy? Are we made of energy?
Yeah, we are definitely made of energy, and that is, energy is nothing but soul. You know, so as I said, you know that physically you may be born later than me, but your soul might be elder to me. This is I've said it before, and I very strongly believe it, that souls have a very long age than the body. Which is why in Hinduism, in Hindu culture, it is also said that the soul only keeps changing the body as we change clothes.
Crazy.
This is written, that we should not feel very bad when somebody is gone, because he or she is actually not dead. It's just he or she has just the concept of reincarnation, basically, that as we change our clothes, that is how souls keep changing the bodies. So it is definitely energy, and if soul is an energy, it is collecting a lot of things from every body, and that is what makes the vibe of a body. If the soul has gone through good times in the past lives, that soul, irrespective whether it is a male body or a female body, will give happiness to others. If that soul has gone through traumatic situations and not a good life, or have died in some unnatural circumstances, maybe murdered or in some kind of riots, then everybody of us, we get to meet a lot of people that we don't know anything about, and we for no reason either start liking, we wish to talk to that person, and the other way around, and vice versa.
And sometimes you just don't want to be around.
You just don't want to be around. You don't know nothing about this person, but you see on road, you could see some face, and you just your mood will off.
Yeah.
Or your eyes might glitter seeing somebody, not only opposite gender. Why? I wish to talk to that person.
Yeah.
So there are just 2 things. Okay. One is what the soul has collected from all the other lives. 2, there could be some karmic connection with you, that you and he, or you and she, both of them, they don't remember.
But there is.
But there is. So, you just get attracted to that person. That is called vibe.